Okay, everyone has joined. Shall we start the class? I didn't receive any response.
Yes, ma'am, you can start.
You can see the continuation of last class, the section, circular section, for which we have seen two conditions. One is condition for maximum velocity, design of most economical section. In that we have designed that theta is equal to 128.75 degrees. Then you are getting a condition for the most economical. Okay, what is theta? Theta is, this is theta, the angle made by the free water surface from the center. Okay, and here you can see, in that case, if you are considering what could be your depth of flow, then the depth of the flow here is, you can see, this is going to be your depth d. So that d is nothing but this OD minus OC, OD minus OC. So OD is your R radius minus R cos theta is OC. So you'll be getting R into 1 minus cos theta. Substitute theta is equal to 128 degree 45 minutes. This is your most economical section for the condition for maximum velocity. Okay. Now, for substituting this, we are getting what could be your D. D is the depth of flow. So we are getting R in terms of R, and R you are replacing in terms of D by 2. Okay, now we are getting in terms of depth. What is the depth? 0.18 times of D is going to be your small d. Small d is nothing but your depth of flow. It is going to be 0.18 d. Okay, now this is the condition for maximum velocity for a most economical circular section. This is the most economical circular section. So when theta is equal to 128 degree, when small d is equal to 0.1 times of capital D, 18 times of capital D, you are getting the most economical circular section. Okay. Now, then what will be your hydraulic mean depth? What will be your hydraulic mean depth now? Now hydraulic mean depth for the maximum velocity is where m is equal to a by p. So thus for the maximum velocity of the flow, the depth of water, this is what we have seen already, 0.81 times of d, 81 times of d, sorry not 0.18, 0.81 times of d is going to be your diameter of the depth of the channel. Now if I substitute for a by p, so a by p is, a is the wetted area, p is the wetted perimeter. Now you can say your R A is R square into theta minus sin 2 theta, and P is equal to 2 R theta. So substitute, and then you are going to value of theta, you are going to substitute 128 degree 45 minutes, and your you'll be getting what could be your value of M. So in this case, upon substitution, what we are getting is the maximum velocity, hydraulic mean depth is nothing but your 0.3 times of D. 0.3 times of D. Now hydraulic mean depth R is equal, M is equal to A by P is nothing but 0.3 times of D. So thus for maximum velocity, your hydraulic mean depth is going to be 0.3 times the diameter of the circular channel. So this is the condition for hydraulic mean depth for, so this is the condition for maximum velocity. Maximum velocity for your depth of the flow as well as your hydraulic mean depth. Okay. Now we will see the second one. Second one is condition for maximum discharge. So for what could be the condition? There are two conditions you have seen, am I right? You have seen in the previous class two conditions for the design of most economical section. Okay. So one first condition is condition for maximum velocity. Second one is condition for maximum discharge. If you want, I can review once again. You can see this is what we have seen yesterday. Condition for maximum velocity, condition for maximum discharge. Now maximum velocity we have completed. Now we are going to discuss on maximum discharge. Okay. So now here you can see the discharge through the circular channel, which will be given by Q is equal to, your Q is equal to AC into, because this is according to Chezy's formula. According to Chezy's formula, Q is equal to AC into root of Mi. You know already this. Now your AC into square root of A by P into I. This also you know. Now this could be C if you are keeping outside, A you are bringing inside, because we are going to discuss about Q. Earlier we discussed on velocity. Now this should be A cube by P into I. Okay. Now when the discharge will be maximum, Q will be maximum for constant values of C and I are going to be constant. C and I will be constant, and A cube by P is maximum. When C and I are constant, then when A cube by P is maximum, then your Q will be maximum. Okay, so A cube by P when it is maximum, so when d by d theta of A cube by P is going to be 0. When it is maximum, then the differentiation of that particular value A cube by P with respect to theta is going to be 0. So same like our velocity, you are going to differentiate to the there you differentiated A by P. Here only addition is A cube by P. That's all. Otherwise, rest of the things is 0. Now we have to differentiate this A cube by P equation with respect to theta and equate it to 0. You will get the condition for maximum discharge. Okay. Now we will be getting this A cube by P are going to replay, because A cube by P in the sense you are going to differentiate this. So if you are differentiating this, again U by V, V into U dash minus U into V dash divided by V square. So here P into, this is 3A square into dA by d theta minus U into A cube into dP by d theta V dash divided by P square. P square is nothing but your V. Now equate it to 0. So this you are bringing here right hand side. So what you are having the left hand side is 3PA square dA by d theta minus A cube dP by d theta equal to 0. Now substitute for perimeter and area. So you are dividing, so the equation is A square, because the previous equation is your 3P into A square into dA by d theta minus A cube into dP by d theta equal to 0. If I am dividing this by A square, then what I will be getting is this will get cancelled. So we will be having 3P into dA by d theta minus A into dA by d theta is equal to 0. That is what is given here. Okay. Now what you are getting, because already you know perimeter, wetted perimeter is going to be 2r theta when the pipe is flowing full. Then what is your dP by d theta? dP by d theta is your dp by d theta for differentiating with respect to theta, you'll be having 2r. So dp by d theta is going to be 2r. Now a is going to be r square into theta minus sin 2 theta by 2. This also already you know. Now dA by d theta is equal to r square, you are keeping out 1 minus cos 2 theta divided by 2 into 2, 2 will get cancelled. So you'll be getting 1 minus cos 2 theta. Now substitute the value of P A dP by d theta, dA by d theta. So what you will be getting is so 3 into 2r theta is your P value, and your dA by d theta is r square into theta minus sin 2 theta into 2r, and then my is equal to 0. Okay, so you are substituting the values of a dA by d theta, dP by d theta, and P. Upon substitution, you are getting, so 3p into dA by d theta, because this is nothing but 3p into dA by d theta minus a into dA by d theta equal to 0. Okay, so upon substitution, you are going to get the values of simplification. You substitute and then simplify, and then dividing by your 2r cube, we are going to get 4 theta minus cos 2 theta 6 theta cos 2 theta plus sin 2 theta is equal to 0. So the solution for this equation, what is the solution for this equation? When 2 theta is equal to 308 degree by trial and error. This is by trial and error. So when 2 theta is equal to 308 degree, this equation is satisfied. So what does that mean? Your theta is going to be 154 degree. For velocity maximum, your theta is 128 degree 45 minutes. For discharge maximum, your theta is 154 degrees. You can see the difference. And what could be the depth of flow? What could be the depth of flow? So depth of flow is again same, d is equal to OD minus OC, which is nothing but your r minus r cos theta, r into 1 minus cos theta. Theta is substitute, and you will be getting your dA small d is equal to 0.95 times of d. Thus for maximum discharge, we are getting the circular channel. The depth of flow is almost equal to 0.95 times the diameter. Okay, so for earlier it is 0.81 d. When the velocity is maximum, when the discharge is maximum, it is 0.95 times of d. Fine. Now we will see one problem in this. So now you can see the problem. Find the velocity of the flow and rate of, find the velocity and rate of flow through a rectangular channel section of 6 meter wide and 3 meter deep when it is running full. The channel is having a bed slope of 1 in 2000. Take stage is constant as this much. So you have been given directly find the velocity. So using the Chezy's formula, it has been asked. So here the problem given to you is rectangular channel. So rectangular channel width is 6 meter, depth is 3 meter. You can find what is the area. I is also known to you. Chezy's constant 55. Vector perimeter is B plus, this is D means B plus 2D vector perimeter. And the hydraulic mean depth M is equal to A by P. A by P, can you know now what is the value of A, what is the value of P, substitute and you'll be getting what is your hydraulic mean depth. And what is the velocity of the flow, C into root of Mi. Substitute all the values. We will be getting the velocity is something around 1.51 meter per second. Substitution of all these values. I is known, M is known, C is known. You can get what is the velocity. Now discharge is equal to area into velocity. You will be getting the discharge. Okay. Now the discharge is area multiplied by velocity, something around 27.108 meter cube per second. Okay. Now we will see another problem. Suppose, and I'll give you one more problem. Can you work out and tell me? I'll give you one more problem. Sorry. Find the slope of the bed of the rectangular channel of width 5 meter. So when the depth is 2 meters. Okay. And the rate of flow Q is equal to 20 meter cube per second. Take C is equal to 50. Similarly, N is equal to 0.014. This is Manning's roughness coefficient. Now I want you to calculate what is the bed slope using Chezy's and Manning's formula. Quickly do it and tell me. How will you do it? Rectangular channel width is given, depth is given, rate of flow is given, Chezy's constant and Manning's coefficient is given. You have to find out what is the value of I. So our Q is equal to AC into root of Mi. Q is known, A is known, B into D, A, perimeter is B plus 2D, and M is equal to A by P. C is known, 55. Substitute all other values, only unknown is I. Find the value of I. This is one way. And using Manning's formula, Q is equal to 1 by N R to the power 2 by 3 S to the power half into A. Velocity multiplied by A. Now here N is known, R is A by P, S is unknown, Q is known, A is known. So you can find what is the value of S. So you please find what is the bed slope out of Chezy's formula and Manning's formula. Can you quickly do it and tell me the answer? I'll give you 5 minutes of time. Are you following me? You are following, right?
And using Chezy's formula, we'll get 0.144.
Chezy's formula I is equal to
0.144.
144. Or you can say 1 in terms of.
1 is 6.94.
You can say bed slope 1 in how much?
1 in 6.94.
1 in 694. So check the form with the values, units. Bed slope doesn't have unit. So C is 50. Here C is 50. What is the area actually? Area is 5 into 10, I think. 10 meter
meters.
square. Perimeter is 9. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
And that's all. Then 20 is equal to 20 meter cube. This is 20. Q is equal to 20. So 20 is equal to 10 into 50 into square root of 10 by 9 into I. Then you have to take square root in the sense, then you have to take you have to square on both the sides. If you square on both the sides, you'll be getting the answer. Am I right? Answer is 1 in 694 using Cheggy's formula. Similarly, using Manning's formula, what is the answer?
S is equal to 0.068 using Manning's formula.
Or 1 in, this is 1 in 694, this is 1 in
14.7.
14.7 is very low. Is it so? It is something around 1,700. Then it can be something near to this. 20 is equal to 1 by 0.014 into A by P is around, I think, 10 by 9, right? R to the power 2 by 3, S to the power half into area is 10. So I have to find out what is the S. Maybe you can square on both the sides. Find what is the S. So what is the S here? Find it. What is the value of S here?
1 in 1468.
Ah?
1 in 1468.
147.
1 in?
147.
1 in 147. And I think
Yes,
this is
ma'am.
because of n value. All of you are getting the same answer. 1 in 147. Is it so? Any other answers?
No, ma'am. 1467.
1467. 1,000. Is it so? Is it 1,000? What happened? That's all. Nobody, no answers after that. Who answered actually? Aditya, Ajit. Are you there or not? Aditya? Now we'll do one problem in circular section.
Ma'am, it's coming as 1 in 147 only.
Ah?
1 in 147, ma'am.
1 in 147. So this is wrong. Am I right? 1 in 147. Ah. Might be. Might be correct. So now if you are taking a circular channel section, one problem we will do, then we will wind up. Have you done some problem in trapezoidal section? Say yes or no, whether we have done some problems related to trapezoidal section.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So in any of the sections, you can choose both the values. Like either it could be Mannings or Chegis, depending upon the data given, or both can be used. If no data is given, you can use any of the section, any of the formula you can make use of it. Okay. We'll see one problem in trapezoidal section. I think I'm not. Let's see that. Okay, we will see the problems in circular section next class. Okay, some few problems, and then we will start with energy equations. Energy equation next year. Okay, I'm closing here. We'll see the remaining things in the next class.